Hi, myself Nitish Kumar. My topic is rubber. Rubber is a material which can stretch and shrink. It is a polymer. It can be produced from natural resource sources. Example, natural rubber or can be synthesized on an industrial scale. Many things are made from rubber like gloves, tires, plugs, and masks. A few things can be made only from rubber. Sometimes the word means only natural rubber. Natural rubber is made from the white sap of some trees such as Hevia brachialis. Other elastomers called synthetic rubbers are made by chemical process. Properties: rubber can stretch and shrink. Rubber can contain gases. Rubber can fetch off lighting and or electricity. Producers: in the 1800s, most sap to make rubber came from South of America. In 1980s, in 1876, Henry Wickman got seeds from rubber trees in Brazil and took them to Kew Gardens, England, and sent them to Ceylon, Indonesia, Singapore, and British Malaya. Later, Malaya, now Malaysia, made the most rubber. People tried to grow rubber in India. In year 1873, at the Botanical Gardens, Kolkata, the first heavier farms in India were made at Tatekudu in Kerala in 1902. The Congo Free State in Africa also grew a lot trees for rubber at the start of the 20th century, and most of the people who worked on those farms were forced labor. Liberia and Nigeria also started growing trees to make rubber. Industrial development. Marie Delaconda Main presented samples of rubber to the Academic Royalist Science of France in 1736. In 1751, Francois Francia read a paper to the academic which described many of the properties of rubber. This has been referred to as the first scientific paper on rubber. In 1770, British chemist Joseph Priestley noticed that rubber was very good for removing pencil marks on paper. Natural rubber melts in heat and freezes in the cold. In 1844, Charles Goodyear found a way to improve natural rubber in a chemical process known as vulcanization, which made it useful in many more products, including decades later tires. In the 20th century, synthetic rubbers such as neoprene began to be used. They were much used when World War II cut off supplies of natural rubber. They have continued to grow because natural rubber is becoming scarce and also because for some users they are better than natural rubber. Uses of rubber. Rubber molded products are widely used industrially and in some household applications. The form of rubber goods and appliances. Rubber is used in garden hoses and pipes for small scale gardening applications. Most of the tires and tubes used in automobiles are made up of rubber. Therefore, rubber plays a very important role in the automobile industry and the transportation industry. Rubber products are also employed in matting and flooring applications. Applications of rubber. Rubber is an extract of rubber plants. It is a kind of natural polymer that can be stretched and shrunk into different shapes. As mentioned earlier, this natural polymer has been used for thousands of years in different fields. It was considered an important raw material for various industries in the 19th century. Over the years, rubber plant users have increased in number. You will find myriads of things used in daily life that have rubber as a constituent. Natural rubber is the outcome of the polymerization reaction of a compound called isoprene. It is obtained by slicing the bark of tropical trees. The latex oozing out of the cut tree barks is called latex. For this reason, rubber is also commonly called latex. It also has different names based on the location of the natural sources. The most prevalent of the yields are Amazonian rubber, Indian rubber, and caoutchouc. The leading producers of rubber are Indonesia and Thailand. Process of production of rubber. The production of rubber includes various different steps, but mainly comprises cultivation, collection, processing, organized rubber, and transportation. Let's study each step briefly as given below. Cultivation. Latex is the main ingredient required for making the rubber. Rubber trees are grown with utmost scrutiny of their needs. An average lifespan of a rubber tree is 32 years, but they are productive for about 25 years in total. Such trees require proper rainfall and a particular amount of sunshine every year, and a humid atmosphere is preferred for its proper cultivation. An ideal cultivation plan like this is beneficial for the cultivation of rubber trees for commercial purposes. Collection. The collection of latex is done after trapping the trees. The fluid latex flows through the spiral that is bound with the tree and is collected in the coconut shell. This process continues for about 4 hours and stops as soon as latex is coagulated in the tatum cut. Coagulation refers to the thickening of the latex or turning it into partly solid. As soon as latex coagulation happens, a lot of other particles also obtained such as field coagulate and that includes free lashes, small holes, lumps, cut lumps, and edge scrap. Processing. The scrap of rubber processing includes collecting the latex from the coconut shell before it coagulates completely and transferring it to tanks for the process of drying and rubber or mixing it with ammonia for the process of ammoniation. Formic acid is used for cleaning it. Processing steps and coagulation of latex depends on its type. Vulcanized rubber. During the process of vulcanization of rubber, it is heated and mixed with the different chemicals, namely sulfur, bisphenol, or peroxide. Such chemicals are added in order to develop resistance and elasticity so that they can be prevented from decomposing soon. Rubbers that are used in tires of vehicles have carbon black added to strengthen them. Transportation. At last, transportation of rubber to different locations takes place. With growing times, the demand for rubber is increasing, but the availability of its products is quite dense. Depending on the destination of transportation, different ways are adopted. On average, while trading it overseas, the latex is stored in small containers while shipping it. These small containers are stored in a 20-foot long ocean containers. How rubber is prepared for industries. The rubber items are not directly manufactured from natural extract. It has to go through a process when the tensile strength and hardness are manipulated using different methods. The first process was invented by Charles Goodyear. It was in 1839. He invented the vulcanization process where sulfur reacts with rubber to form vulcanized rubber. This rubber is ideal for producing tires and other items. The sulfur molecules blend with the polymer compound present in latex and harden the natural product. The tensile strength increases manifold the tire. It means that this rubber can be used for various purposes and it offers excellent durability. If you check the rubber products list, you will discover how this natural product is transformed to fit such needs. Application of rubber in today's world. Rubber has been used for 1,000 years in different aspects. Its uses have increased with the advancement in its production and processing. In this section, we will discuss the different uses of rubber. It is natural polymer extracted from the rubber plants cultivated in fields. Since the 19th century, the application of rubber has increased manifold. In fact, the requirement of producing synthetic rubber has also surfaced for various applications. Read and learn how rubber and its products are used in different domains of life. Uses of rubber. The uses of natural rubber are tabulated below for your convenience. Study the uses and understand how this natural polymer is used intelligently to make our lives better. Rubber can be easily molded in various shapes and sizes. It can be transformed into anything required and used as a part of appliances used in domestic and commercial domains. Rubber is used to manufacture gardening tools, pieces, pipes, and hoses. It has less affinity for water and tolerates daily use without any hassle. Most of the produce is used in manufacturing tires for different vehicles. The transportation and automobile industry depends on the production and quality of rubbers. Millions of vehicles run on tires manufactured with vulcanized rubber. Tires are one of the 5 things made of rubber that are important for the progress of civilization. Rubber is an excellent insulator. It does not allow heat or electricity to pass. Hence, it is also used to manufacture and handle of different tools and equipment used in and households. For instance, the handles of heating equipment used in labs are made of rubber. Rubber is highly elastic. It can absorb shock exponentially and protects the objects wrapped with it. The products of rubber in this aspect are mass shock absorbs for machinery handles, etc. Protective equipment or features of different tools contain rubber. It protects users from different hazards. Medical protection professionals use rubber gloves to stop contamination. They also get a good grip on medical tools. They use this is a brilliant application of rubber that provides protection and grip. It is also used as safety guards and pads in sports gear and protective gear for different industries. Rubber is also used as an adhesive and cementing equipment. Yeah, rubber is used in the construction industry. Insulating tapes, gloves, and handles are the things made of rubber used in the electrical industry. Technicians and salesmen use such products for safe operations services. Rubber is also used to manufacture insulation blankets used for various industrial purposes. In cold countries, insulating footwear is required to beat the chilly climate. Rubber perfectly fits into the description of such material to produce insulating footwear. On the other hand, rubber can also withstand heat to a considerable extent. Such rubber items can also be used in hot conditions. The software versions are used to manufacture conveyor belts. It is one of the examples of rubber used in the software version. The other examples are balloons, condoms, cushions, balls, etc. Thank you. This is my presentation.